What's up, guys?
Hello.
Welcome
That's
to
pretty my new thing. I'm gonna say
Random
hello.
Dudes, Dude 33.
I feel like we were on 33 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we haven't uploaded one in a while.
Yeah, what's up with that, huh? Whose fault was that?
Yeah, it's just it's not a priority anymore, so we do it when we can.
Damn, all of our listeners are probably like, not a priority. All right, so listen.
Yeah,
I've
who's
got
fault
the
is that?
yours, obviously, but I've got the perfect plan to make priority. You know how we do that?
How are you gonna do that?
So here's the plan. We're gonna start to talk trash. I'm trying to think. Should we do it with each other and then like challenge each other to a boxing match?
Oh,
Or should we do it to like another YouTube? Let's call out another YouTuber.
they're not gonna get views if they get a random person, so no. But what you're talking about, the audience, no.
These guns, he would be running anyways.
So they YouTube is getting big on drama and views, and basically KSI is a big YouTuber. I'm not sure who the other guy was. I don't know who he is, but
Or whatever.
yeah, they had a a boxing match, and it was live streamed on YouTube, and there was like over 1 million people watching, which is great for the platform as far as like getting people to watch, and it's live, like it's TV and it's an event, and a lot of money generated by sponsors and tickets and buzz, but then it's like, well, it's about drama, right? Because they start beefing with each other on Twitter and creating videos about each other, and now everybody's doing it, right? KSI wants to fight Logan Paul, Vitaly wants to fight Fuzi, so it's just like, oh, okay.
Wait, which ones are definitely happening?
Probably KSI Logan Paul. That's going to be huge. And then Vitaly Fuzi. Those are the main two ones that I know about.
Yeah, Drama Alert said that they're going to confirm it. And what are they scheduling for, like June or something like that? Or is that when they're testing? I think they're testing in June because Vitaly is on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he says about Fuzi, too. He said he got his dealer from Fuzi.
See, that's the thing. I don't know who to believe in this case. I mean, I know that there's obviously a midpoint somewhere, but what do you think? Do you think Vitaly's telling the truth about how Fuzi is when he's not on YouTube? Because, on YouTube, Fuzi portrays to be this, like, listen, I'm not perfect, and he just kind of shows the little things that he's doing. He's not perfect. But then on top of that, he shows a lot of ways how he's, like, very loving and loyal.
I feel like I already know who you follow and who you're rooting for.
Who?
Fuzi.
Why would I be rooting for Fuzi?
Because you already kind of watch his thing, and I feel like you only know or watch Fuzi's side. Am I right or no? Do you follow Vitaly at all?
First off, you are way beyond wrong. I didn't even follow Fuzi. Originally, I followed him and I watched his vlogs, but they were so long because his vlogs tend to be at least like 15, 20 minutes long. I was like, what, forget this. And I only came back to watching him because of this drama thing. Other than that, I didn't even watch him. I was watching more of Vitaly because he was doing the daily uploads. And he was on this whole entire like fitness thing to like get shredded, and also he was doing these pranks. This is Fuzi. His daily vlogs are not as entertaining to me anyways.
They're both kind of garbage to me. I don't follow them. They both try to do fake pranks. I don't care for any of them. I don't know. The whole thing, it's like, yeah, great bringing attention to YouTube, but I think it's stupid. The fact that they need to create this drama to like get views, it's like maybe they can't come up with any more content. This is what they need to do. So that's my opinion.
Okay, so I'm going to...
Greg says hi in the chat, and then Jawut. They want to know. He wants to know if we're gonna fight.
Hold on. How come I don't see the group chat?
Because
Is it not?
I don't know. Go to the link of the live video, but I have it set up in the back end to look at it. We're live right now, but yeah. So yeah, maybe we can. Why don't you set that up? You can be our promoter, and you can set up the fight, and you can get tickets, and Jin and I will do it. The two random dudes.
Who's ready for this? We're on it, son. We're on it.
So what
are we doing this?
What was that other Vero thing?
Oh God, that Vero thing, it's already been done. I signed up and then I was like, let me go on it. I added 2 people and then I was like, you know what, this is lame, boring. And then I saw the article about how people can't even delete their account. And I'm like, all right.
About that, like when you sent it to me, did you want to talk about that? Or when I sent you the article, you didn't know about that?
I didn't know about it. It's funny, when you sent it, I already seen the article too. So it was like right around the same time. But
let's tell everybody what it is. Again, we're just like talking about it. They don't know.
That's what I was going to go into it. Okay. The way that I found out about it is because it's mainly for the creatives, right? It started out for the creatives that wanted to kind of get a little bit better into the rankings and the feeds and stuff like that. So what Vero is a social media platform that was poised to take on Instagram, because Instagram changed out their algorithm so that your information, your posts are not displayed in chronological order. They're displayed based on how your users or followers would consume your content, or if they do at all. So Vero basically takes that whole entire chronological thing and puts it as a top thing, and it's like, hey, we're not gonna, not give you rankings and such like that. So it came onto the scene, and I was, I'm on the stories, and it's like, hey, add me on Vero, this, that, and the other. Hey, add me on Vero. And I was like, who the hell are these, like, new people, new accounts? I did a little bit of research. I was like, okay, it has some type of premise, right? There's something. And it was also the #1 rated downloaded app on iTunes for like that week that I made that comment, which was probably, 3 weeks ago or something like that. And within that same week, or like literally the week after it, it died. Like, so it was like, hey, rise of Vero, fall of Vero. Almost as bad as crypto.
The reason why it died was because the owner of the app has some bad business in the past. He had a construction business or something separate from the social media app, and apparently didn't pay his workers properly. So because of that, his name's tied to this app. A lot of people were like trashing it, and then they said, well, I want to delete my account. And going into the settings, there was no way to do that. I think you had to email them, and you had to wait. So then that was concerning for a lot of people too. So yeah, it was just this height of this is the new social media, the new Instagram. Everybody join it. It's free for the first year, if you join now. And so everybody was rushing to join it, #1 app. And then they found that news. They found that they couldn't delete it. They found out it was bad business. And so it kind of just went downhill. But that was 3 weeks ago. So we're finally getting to that.
Oh yeah, we should stick to topics that are more relevant. So let's talk about Trump.
I haven't found any notes app that synchronizes with Echo and Google. So we'll just use Google Keep. I'll share it with you. We'll create a checklist and we'll add it like that.
Okay. So let's quickly just touch on Trump, because it's kind of silly what's going on with everything that's happening, right? So we got Stormy Daniels, which that in itself is probably a podcast. We got him meeting up with North Korea's, what's his name? Rocket Man, but what's his real name?
Kim Jong-il.
Yeah. No, is it Kim Jong-il? Un. But anyway, so Trump was when trash about him. Now they're agreeing to meet with each other. We're like, what the hell is going on? And then same thing right now with him saying, when he was in that meeting with the NRA people, they're like, oh yeah, we should raise the age to 21 to buy guns. And all of a sudden, under the pressure of the NRA, he's like, no, we're not going to raise it now. And then on top of that, as of this morning, is it Rex Tillerson? he's like, I'm out.
Well,
So there's just
there was some changes passed in Florida. Maybe one of our guys in the chat could speak to this, but recently around a lot of those changes, the bump stocks, the age of 21, there's a 3-day period. There's the the concealed carry, right, for people that want it and that are trained.
Hold on, but the most important thing is that whole entire change to be 21 to buy a gun. But the thing about it is, Florida, the state of Florida, is being sued right now by the NRA because the NRA is saying that you're taking away the constitutional right for the people that are under 21 but over 18 to protect themselves.
So instead of high schools getting shot, there's going to be colleges getting shot?
Yeah, regardless.
Well, age is not a factor, I think, in crazy people.
Well, it was a factor here, right? Because that dude in Parkland, he obtained a gun legally at 19 years old.
So right. What I'm saying is if you're crazy, you're crazy. It doesn't matter what age you are.
Right, but hey, okay, so let's say I agree with you.
So he waits 3 years and then he can buy a gun and then shoot people?
Okay, so within those 3 years, right? So, okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to make it, what, 25?
No, 35? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that it's bad. Whatever. I'm just saying that age is not crazy. There's not an age, right? But then there's the ability, right? The mental health, right? They can pull guns if they find mental health. So maybe in those 3 years that they are waiting, they can find some mental health and then seize his guns.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few components to it. I kind of support the 21 thing. I think it even should be 25, to be honest.
21.
Whatever. We're not going to. What's that?
It's a meme. 21. 21.
21. 21.
It's like, what's 12 plus 10? And then some kid goes, 21. It's a meme.
Is it a new cool meme now?
It's not a new one. It's old one. Older than you. Older than an old wooden ship.
None of my friends don't know what.
So there's this new YouTube guy that I started watching. You should check him out. Pretty interesting. It's called, he has this one segment. I mean, he posts, I think, daily on his YouTube channel, but he has this one segment called Change My Mind. And it's pretty interesting. He brings up a controversial topic. I think his name is Steven Crowder, and his show is called Louder with Crowder. And he brings up one controversial topic that he believes in, and he goes in public, usually to like colleges, but he sets up a table in public and allows people to sit down, have a conversation with him, and to change his mind. And there's topics like, there are only 2 genders. Change my mind. There's I'm pro-life. Change my mind. I'm pro-gun. Right? So these people try to sit down and try to talk with them, converse. They have facts or statistics or whatever it is. So for example, like the gender one, he's like, there's only 2 genders. It's male and female, and that's it. He's like, well, are you talking gender, and is it the same as race? Or are you saying that sex, gender and sex? Because and then he gets into like these things like, well, biologically, right, a male has a penis, girl has a vagina, right? So he would then get into like these studies and yada yada, and then the person's like, well, if I was born a man but I want to be addressed as this, and then he's like, well, you see the complications there, right? Because you just want to be addressed as what you decide to be addressed. What if I said I'm a bobcat? And there's like all the implications of like, where do bobcats go to the bathroom? Do they have a male or a female these certain things, and it's like, can you give me a number? Right? Can you give me a number of how many genders there are? Like, we need to define it so we can understand it. And then there's pronouns you have to use. And if you don't use it correctly, you insult people. So I don't know. It was just a very interesting segment that he has. Definitely check it out. It makes you think a certain way. I mean, I'm open. I'm open to everything, but it's very interesting the way he argues some of the points. It makes you think, and he's open to conversation. He's open to his mind being changed, right? So you sit down, you have a conversation, and then some people, obviously, he's conservative, so some people like far left, they get triggered real fast. So yeah, he does have like bodyguards and stuff.
What?
Yeah, because he's non-confrontational. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't yell. He doesn't whatever. He just presents his argument, and he wants you to change his mind. So sometimes they get like real heated and triggered. But it's funny. You gotta watch one of them. I would say start with the there are only two characters change my mind.
You gotta link it in the description and then send it to me.
Link it in the description.
Yeah. So that sounds like it'd be a cool thing. It's like even if it's like a dish, it's pretty cool. Almost kind of like the hot ones and everything. Like that's like their shtick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. What else on the agenda?
We don't have an agenda.
No, well, the main things I wanted to discuss definitely today was the whole entire drama alert thing, and then with the boxing matches and everything, and then Vero, but Vero's basically done now. So I do have something that I want to talk about, which I think I talked about last podcast, which is Sony and the camera thing, because this is going to go either off in a tangent or whatever, but either way, I think it's relevant because Sony is changing the game when it comes.
Somebody that agrees with you with the 21 cutoff guns. They said there's a scientific argument for it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can disregard what I was going to talk about then. Let's talk about it.
Well, you can't see the chat, so I'm reading it for you. Go ahead. Yeah. Talk about your Sony camera.
No, it's all right. I'll try to make it quick and short because this is random talk. Sony just announced the A7 III. Now, if you listen to the previous podcast, I had the A7R3, which is a higher-end professional camera, but they just announced this A7 III. Okay, so it's A7 III, not the R or the S or anything, but Sony calls it the basic full-frame model. Okay, so if you look at things that are basic, you really think of things that are like bare bones, it's missing other high-end features. But with this camera, for it to be full frame and the basic model, it is insane. So they've set a new bar for what full frame and what professional SLRs and for what basic cameras are supposed to be. So much so that if anybody that has like a basic level entry full frame, let's say like the Canon 6D, or let's say like a Nikon or something else that's full frame and basic, those cameras have diminished in terms of their resale value overnight because of this announcement. Because the features on this camera are just so incredible, from the autofocus system to the decent megapixels, to the frames per second, to the 4K recording capability, which a lot of high-end entry-level full-frame cameras do not even offer 4K. So again, it's just insane what this thing can do. So I'm actually buying it on top of having the A7R III because it's got the same menu system as my A7R III. So it's just going to play very well together when I'm shooting weddings. Anyway, that's what I want to say. Just to say that Sony is upping the bar when it comes to SLRs and mirrorless technology, sure, but I think they could potentially be #1 if Canon and Nikon doesn't innovate and come up with a mirrorless offering. It's that insane. So that was it.
What about drones? What, did you see that review for the Skydio?
Is that the one that Casey did?
Yeah, a couple people did it. So it's this $2,500 drone, which is crazy expensive compared to there's a ton of good other drones out for way cheaper. But it does one feature really well, and it really does that only, which is follow me. There's no programming you need.
Follow me with obstacle avoidance, which is
and
what
it will not crash. That's its one job, to not crash. And I've seen 2 or 3 reviews on it. Pretty good. It's pretty good. And
no, it's incredibly good for that purpose. What it's not good at is the freaking video, the stabilization, all those other things.
So there's yeah, I mean it's not, you're not gonna, the stabilization's pretty good. You're not gonna get like the cinematography type of drone shots, but it's really good for like follow me if you're surfing, if you're, you know, snowboarding, riding a bike, and it's really good at obstacle avoidance. I think it's just a first generation model, so maybe it'll get better. And there's a lot of like investors like Kevin Durant and a lot of celebrities that are investing and putting money into it, backing it, trying to, but you know, if they took that technology and maybe DJI or somebody bought it, like it would be sick.
Yeah, I think it would be great too. But speaking of DJI and drones, the Mavic 2 is going to be announced literally in the coming days. By next week's podcast, it hopefully would be either announced or a date to be announced. It's insane. I love technology and how it's changing, innovating, growing, things like that. But what I don't love is how much I have to freaking upgrade my gear and then, you know, sell off this gear and things like that. It's sickening.
I in February been doing a lot of traveling, so maybe that's why we didn't record as much. What about you, Jin? Doing any traveling?
Wow. February.
All right.
I don't get.
I
told you where I was.
I went to Florida. I went to California. And then I went to Costa Rica. Some for work, some for pleasure. And next week, again, I'm going to Florida. It's a lot of traveling lately. I actually yesterday signed up for the TSA pre-check, right? So you cut the line and the security is a lot less. You don't have to take your shoes off and all that stuff. So hopefully that'll help out with all the traveling. It was pretty simple process, so I would probably suggest it to anybody that does travel a lot.
Is there a disadvantage to it? Like, does it cost $200, $300?
No, it costs $85 for 5 years.
Okay.
So it's not a bad price. I mean, it's honestly like there was one time, I think it was was it the Costa Rica trip? No, it was the work trip I had to Santa Barbara, where I was late. And the only thing that saved me, I don't know, my alarm didn't go off or something. The only thing that saved me was the plane was a little late and the fact that I cut people in line. I asked them to cut. So, you know, I asked the TSA agent, can I do anything? Can you get me through? He's like, I don't know, you got to ask the people in line. So I asked a couple people. An older couple told me no. But this black lady, she said yes. I don't know how else to describe her. But she said yes, so I got in. I went through security, like ran to my gate. It was like my first time ever I like overslept for a flight. So I made it. But other than that, like I'm always at the airport 2-3 hours early. I really don't, you know, there's not that long of a line. I don't know if you really need it, right? So even though it's, what does it break down to, $10, $15 a year? You know, I don't know. It's a couple bucks per flight you do since I fly a lot. So, I mean, price-wise for me, it's fine. But for other people, it's not that bad of a line. You have to take off your shoes. But, like, I knew that, right? So instead of wearing a belt, I'll wear sweats. Or I'll pack all my rings and stuff.
Wait, you still have to do all that?
No, I'm saying before I had it, right? I knew what security is like. I knew I have to take off. Like, why wear every ring you own? A necklace, you know, put on your sunglasses. Why have all that when you know you have to take it off in the security line? So I would just pack that in my bag and just go in like sweats and flip-flops. It's really easy, right? But I guess for me, since I travel a lot, it's worth it. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm literally getting on a plane next week, so I can use it.
Are you trying to like book more trips too on top of that, just because you know that you have it now?
No, I'm not booking a trip just because I know I have it. I got to get my, it's 85 for 5 years. Here, let's do the math. Echo, what's 85 divided by 5?
85 divided by 5 is 17.
Did you hear that? So 17. If I have 5 trips a year, 17 divided by 5, that's $3.40. Let me book another trip so I could save $2. No, I'm not purposely booking trips so that I could use it.
You totally should.
All right, let's see what's they chat. Yeah, they said no. There's an older couple. Maybe they didn't understand English. I don't know. But I literally showed them my flight, my time, and that I was late and whatever. All right. That's all I had.
Cool. Oh, other news. Sports news. I don't play golf anymore, but every now and then I still appreciate it because I know how difficult the game is. And so in sports and golf related news, you know where I'm going with this?
Rom wants us to go to Topgolf on Wednesday.
Pretty close. Not at all, though. Tiger Woods is almost back at it. It's been 4.5 years since he won any type of like major golf competition, and this past weekend he tied for number 2, which meant that he had a run at trying to win that. It was the Valspar Open, I think it was. So with the Masters coming up in April, that's going to be like he actually moved. I think what was he? He was on like probably like 185th or something like that in terms of world rankings for golfing, for golf. And now all of a sudden he's moved up the rankings to the point where he could be a contender to win the Masters. So it's kind of cool again. I love watching Tiger Woods, so I'll continue to watch golf now. Not that I even watch TV, but just because if Tiger is in contention, it brings a lot of energy. And that's what they said. Like the Golf Channel, during that weekend that he made the cut, the views went up like over 500%.
Has he cleaned up his act?
Probably not, but who cares? He plays golf. Doesn't matter. No, he's still he's very respectful of the game for the most part. He has his moments, but I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago where he was about to hit, and right before he hit, like I want to say a half a second before he hit the ball, somebody was like, "Let's go, Tiger!" Like before he hit the ball.
That's not allowed.
It's completely not allowed. That person got kicked out, but it also fucked up his shot entirely. And I think back in the day, he would have been a lot more outrageous with how he reacted. I think his reaction was just like, "Come on," and that was it. And you have to realize in golf, that one shot could have made him, put him in first place. For example, if he had won that one shot in the Valspar Open. So anyway, yeah, it's exciting that I would actually entertain watching golf again to see him up on top, especially since he's in his 40s now. So he's approaching, almost like retirement age, and he's overcoming a lot of challenges, right? Whether it be with his divorce or his back, he's had numerous surgeries on his back, his golf swing, his confidence, his other related issues. So it's good to see him completely mess up his life and now have a return to hopefully being in the champion type of status. So
I can give you an update. I saw a movie last week. Gio's movie review.
That should be our section. Like we'll have a.
Well, Strangers. I saw Strangers, and I didn't like it. It was one of those scary movies. You know, somebody's chasing after you. I'm not a fan of scary movies because they don't scare me. The girls I was with.
You didn't wait. What was that? What was that really scary movie? You didn't get spooked by it. What's that really scary movie called? It's I don't know what it's called. I don't watch scary movies because I don't have it in me. I'm a pussy. I'll admit it. I am a wimp when it comes to scary movies. What was that really scary movie though? My friend Chad was watching and he was like, "Yo, I couldn't even watch it. Like after the first 5 minutes." I'm gonna text him right now.
Get it to me. Nothing scares me. It's just because it's just so predictable. It's like, oh, he's coming, run. I don't know. It's if you're into those kind of like jump scares and you know people chasing after you and they're psychotic, you know, then go watch it. But I don't think it was anything good. You know, we went to watch it. Nikki wanted to watch, a couple other people, but I still want to see Black Panther. I haven't seen that.
Black Panther was awesome. Did you see Ready Player One? Is that out yet?
No, that's what I want to see too. That was my second movie. I just finished the book and I want to see that movie as well.
Wait, is it coming out or is it already out?
No, it's coming out. I don't know the date. Let's see. Echo, what's the release date for Ready Player One?
The film Ready Player One will be released on March 29, 2018.
March 29th.
What's the rating on it? Is it like PG-13?
Oh, I don't know.
Because if it's PG-13, I might take my son to go watch it.
How to help you with that?
So I turned this feature on. That's pretty cool. You know, a lot of my house is automated, so I have to give a lot of commands, and I do it like in succession. Like, okay, turn the TV on, or turn my lights on, but turn this one off. And every time I have to use the wake word. So in the settings, there's ability to do the follow-up mode. So you only have to say the wake word once. And after you get your command, it listens for like an additional 3 more seconds for any other commands, so that you don't have to say the wake word again. So pretty useful for me since I do.
So the wake word for me is when I walk into my place, I say, "Alexa, turn on living room lights." Are you saying what's the new wake?
No, you can change your wake word. I don't have it to Alexa because everybody has it on that. And then the TV gives a commercial and it goes off. The radio's on. So I changed mine. You can change it to ECHO, which is mine. You could do computer. You can do Alexa. But that's not what I'm saying. There's a feature you can turn off so it's constantly listening so that you only have to say the wake word once. So let's say you had 2 commands. Let's say you wanted to say, Alexa, start the crock pot, and Alexa, turn on the TV. Like, you can create a group, right, to do both. But when do you ever need a group to do both? So you're never going to have a group that turns on the TV and the crock pot. And before you had to go, Alexa, turn on the crock pot. Alexa, turn on the TV. Now you just say it once, Alexa, turn on the crock pot. It still listens for an additional 3 seconds for another command. You can say turn on the TV. You don't have to say Alexa again. That's what I'm saying.
So to expand on that, is there a recipe, right? Because I'm thinking, is this IFTT, if this then that, or whatever?
No, it's just the Alexa setting. You go into settings and you turn on the follow-up mode. That's it.
No, well, what I'm thinking of, you know, on top of that would be cool. Would be like when I step home, I would be like, Alexa, turn on living room lights. Let's just say I say that, but then on top of turning on the living room lights, it knows that I just walked in. Or let's just say if I use another cue, right, another word, and it's like, turns on the lights and then reads me, let's say, the weather for today, or, you know, the news that's going on or whatever. That would be cool if this, then that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could set that up.
Okay. Hey, listen, let's circle back on photography because I do want to talk about something else that is very much in the news as of the past 2 days, which should bring about change as well, which is the helicopter crash that occurred. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, it made the news on like mainstream media, which is
2 people died, right?
5 people died, I think it was, right? 5 people. So here's the thing: it was a photographer's type of like trip, and the way that right now, the way that you need to get into a helicopter, because the doors are open, you're harnessed in, right? And the harness clips in through the back. So this helicopter, it went down, and when it went down, there was no way for those people that was trapped inside to unbuckle themselves. But the pilot just unbuckled the seatbelt, I guess. So I think they're gonna probably talk about some type of change or something like that. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's shitty. It's sad. Those people drowned and they died. It wasn't like they couldn't have survived it. It's because they couldn't get to their harnesses to unleash themselves. So.
Yeah, I mean, even if they had like oxygen tanks or something, so that if it did go down, they can breathe underwater till help came.
Yeah, I mean, I think the rescuers had to like cut the seatbelt. It wasn't like they were able to like unstrap them. So it's a crazy, crazy world we live in. Another accident, but this time it was involving photographers. So it's, you know, relevant to my world. Yeah. All right, what else we got? Oh, did I get that movie, that scary movie thing? He didn't respond yet.
That's it.
All right. And then on that note, did you draw that?
Dr. Seuss.
Did you draw that?
No.
I was gonna say, if you drew that, props to you, man.
I think Sebastian did. I'm not sure.
Did he draw it freehand? Like, is he talented like that?
Maybe a trace. I don't know. I'm not sure. Here, why don't you come to my house? You can have some cookies.
Ooh.
Because I'm dieting. So, no, thank you.
I can't have any more cookies, man. I'm feeling like a fatty lately.
Gotta get ready for Florida. Boom, boom, boom.
Low rider. I gotta get ready for Florida too.
Oh, you're going to Florida?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you expecting from me? You said you had to get ready for Florida, and I was like, cool. And then I said, yeah, I gotta get ready for Florida too. Was I supposed to tell you exactly what's going on?
No, there's this. Okay, well, let's explain it. There's this, you know, is ongoing. Well, it's not ongoing. I mean, we just started talking about it. You know, normally you'd be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm going to Florida. When are you going? Maybe we can plan a trip together or something. You know, where are you going? You're going to take your son to Disney. What are you going to do? This is how Jin starts this conversation. I'm going to rent a car.
No, I didn't start the conversation. I asked you.
I'm going to rent a car. Any suggestions? So I'm like, yeah, get a truck for your photo equipment, and it's good in the weather. You know, you can throw it in the trunk. I mean, I don't know. I just... That's odd. And then it's like, no, I'm renting a truck for Florida. I'm renting a car for Florida. Like, oh, okay. What are you going to Florida? Because I'm going to Florida next week. You coming with us? Like, I have to like insinuate all these questions versus like, no, there's this play that's happening and I have a family member and I'm going to this place and I'm bringing my son and, you know, telling me a story or whatever is going on. It's exciting, right? You're traveling. You want to talk about it. You know, versus like working backwards and me having to dissect it through you.
There wasn't anything to dissect. It was literally me asking you.
It's not dissecting. It's having a conversation. It's like, hey, I'm traveling. I'm going on a trip. I just booked the trip.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it was. But with you, I literally have to give you every detail as if I have to fill you in on everything before I even ask you a general question. Like, for example, if I'm going to, hey, Gio, you know any Bluetooth recommendations for a new headset? But before I ask you, by the way, this headset's all right. I don't particularly like the color blue. It's not as loud as it could be. I don't like the way it unfolds. The charging could be a little bit better. And then I have to ask you. So I literally have to give you the full story behind what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I don't like about it, what I do like about it, and then say, oh, do you have any recommendations? But that's the way it needs to be.
No, just because we've had prior conversations about traveling and stuff, and even us going to Florida, and then you book travel. So that's just a conversation that we've had in the past. That's what I'm saying.
We did talk about it, and I'll even talk about it on air too.
I guess it's the context of our conversations prior to this. That's what it was.
Okay. So if that's the case, then not that I need to defend myself on this, but we had talked about why I wasn't able to go during the time that you went, because WMC falls before the week of my son's spring break. Remember?
Chava says, I do that too. I do what, Chava? And Greg's coming. He's in Florida. He's coming to NJ while I'm going to Florida. So we're missing each other. We'll see each other at the airport.
Wait, when do you come back? You come back the time that I leave, right? Because I go on the 22nd.
The day you leave, yeah, I come back.
Exactly. So that's, and it's also for my son's birthday that we're going down to Florida. So it's, you know, kind of to celebrate his birthday. And so
why the place that you're going? It's not like Disney or anything. What's over there?
No, well, a little bit of family, but it's also something new and things like that. You know, for me, if it was up to me, I would be like, you know what? I want to kind of take him to Hawaii, but Hawaii.
Caden's mom's side?
Yeah. But for Hawaii, it's
makes sense.
Hawaii is something that I want to do. And also a cruise. I've never, ever been on a cruise. I'm almost 40 years old, never been on a cruise.
I'm down for a cruise. Take the kids.
Disney, right?
Any kind of cruise. It doesn't need to be a Disney cruise.
I heard Disney cruises. Oh, we have a special guest in his pajamas. That's on the call. Oh, he's on the call. What?
Yeah, you can do any cruise. It doesn't have to be Disney. They're all kid friendly.
No, but I would
not all. I want to say not the adult cruises, but most cruises are kid friendly, so you don't have to. It doesn't have to be.
We booked the gay cruise. We're on. Oh, it's kid friendly. It's like single gay guys only. Oh, it's kid friendly. But anyway, no, I want to go on a cruise because I've never been, and I know you guys know you and your wife know the secrets to making the best of the situation, right? Meaning how to smuggle liquor onto the cruise ship.
That I think everybody knows that trick.
Wait, so they will let you bring a bottle of water on? Is that what it is?
I think they let you bring like one bottle of wine per bag, and then a case of water or something like that, or a gallon of water per person. But everything else, like, you have to buy, and it gets pretty expensive.
Well, liquor is especially expensive, from what I hear.
Yeah, it is. So it's, you know, there's a couple tricks you can do to bring it on yourself, which I've done before.
I watched the one.
Allegedly.
Did you guys do this one? I saw it on, I think it was Lifehacker or something like that. And it was empty out the Listerine bottle, pour the liquor in there, right? So, you know, decent size Listerine bottle, and then put food coloring.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do, you know, if you boil the top, it expands, and then you can reseal it without breaking the seal. There's lots of tricks.
Nice. So I'll have to.
We should definitely take a trip with all the friends and the kids. I asked my mom, she has a timeshare, if I could do that one year and take that. You know, I have like a 3-4 bedroom timeshare, and then you know, all my friends could come down. We could bring the kids.
Yeah.
I think Nikki just booked a trip to Miami, and round trip was under $200. So that's pretty cheap, right? So you can get to Florida. You try to get discounted passes. I can get a free hotel because of the timeshare. We could probably do it on a nice budget.
But you have no idea how much I'm paying for this trip. It's so stupid expensive, and it's got layovers and everything else. Anyway, cool, man. Ooh.
All right, let's sign off. Let's play that outro music. Pieces.
Wait, did we even play the intro music?
Yeah, I add it later.
I know, but was there like an official like, hey, play that? No, but was there an official like, hey, play that intro, you know?
No, it just automatically plays, and then we go right into it.
We gotta have something. Just be like, all right, and now we're gonna play that intro with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you want to just start and then, I mean, you listen, go on Apple and listen to all the past ones. That's how it's set up. You want to change it, let me know.
Oh, man. I shouldn't rock that boat. If we're doing good and there's success with it, we should.
Gotta get on those thumbnails, bro.
No, we're not even podcasting regularly anymore.
Yeah, when was the last time you gave me a thumbnail?
When was the last time we even podcasted? All right, hold on. I'm gonna thumbnails. So just do something weird. All right, ready?
Well, it's only gonna get one of us at a time.
Well, no, you do it then. No, I'm gonna do a screenshot with my MacBook Pro. So you do it, and I'm just gonna go like this. One.
Okay.
You gotta do something with your hands too, though. Yeah, but you're looking normal.
I'm going. Go.
Done.
Okay. There's our thumbnail.
What is that? But that doesn't even mean anything because we talk about so many other things. That's our reaction to
No, because we talk about the scary movie. We do a review on the scary movie. I don't know.
Hold on. Let's make that thumbnail be relevant, so that it becomes clickbaitish.
All right. Let's end it though for now.
All right. Thumbnail's all set, son. It's coming in.
All right. Well, and 32, you guys do for 32 as well.
32. Oh shit! What are we talking about in 32? It'll be a white thumbnail. It'll be written in white ink as well.
All right. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.